everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. And I'm here today with an image from Imagine That Digistamp called Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. And I've already got it stamped out and I'm going to start coloring it for you. I feel like I'm back. It's like my first tutorial in over a month. I'm just like, oh, it felt so good to sit down and color this and to be ready to do this for you guys. I was so happy. I'm just like, finally, I can craft and enjoy it and not feel blah. Because now I don't feel blah. God's helping me. I'm getting through this. God always takes care of me. I think he likes short, fluffy people. That's just my opinion, though. So I'll put all the colors that I use on the screen for you, and I colored this just like I color all my images. I put down my lightest color, then I start with my darkest, my mid-tone, and then go back over everything again with my lightest. I'm wanting to try to do my lightest, my mid-tone, and then my darkest, because I think it will keep me from putting down too much of the shadow, the darker color. But to be honest, I keep forgetting. I've gotten so used to doing it this way that I don't know, I can't seem to remember to change. But if I ever do get to change, I will make sure that I tell you if it works any better for me or not. Because maybe it would work better for one of you guys. Because I tend to be really heavy-handed. And if you can do this, you know, with a light touch, then I don't think you would need to do it that way. But I struggle. I don't know. I'm just like a big old ox. I'm like, bull in a china shop, buddy. I just brush through right in. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's all with full gusto. Here I come. My poor Copic markers are paying for it. I think I'm going to have to replace half my nibs. I'm too hard on them. So I'm just coloring up my birds. And I don't know how I missed this image because I absolutely adored it. And, you know, I'd been coloring the Christmas images from Imagine That Digistamp for quite a while now. And somehow I miss those little birds. And I just think they're adorable. And I don't know. I think I need to pay better attention. I don't know what it is. I'm constantly distracted. It's my children and Christmas. My children and Christmas are going out to get me. I'm telling you. It's going to be a different Christmas this year. If you look there, you'll notice that I'm switching markers. I switched my R24 to my R17 because apparently my R24 needs refilled, and I would have thought I refilled it, so I'm a little concerned about that. But if I'm going to refill it again, and if I have this problem again, then I'm going to have to, I don't know, maybe buy another R24 marker, I guess. I don't know. And but my kids are just so excited. And when my mom was here, she bought Mariah the movie Freaky Friday. Well, Mariah gets fixated on things. Well, now she's decided, a month before Christmas, that she needs that electric guitar that girl plays. She needs a red and black guitar. I'm like, that ain't happening. Santa's done at this house. Santa's not buying an electric guitar. And she's so excited that she's kind of jumping the gun a little. And we woke up the other morning, and while my mom was here, she wanted to go to some secondhand shops. And while we were out, I found this adorable Santa. It's like 3 foot tall. It's taller than my grandson. And he's just adorable. So I've got him sitting next to the Christmas tree. And we woke up that morning, and shoved inside Santa's belt was a big old wad of papers where Mariah had written what she wanted, and drew the picture of the red and black guitar. And in front of that was a little TV table, and she had opened 3 oatmeal cookies and sat out a glass of milk for Santa. And I'm like, she did what? And then it was like, at first I was like, she just opened them and didn't eat them. And then I realized what she was doing. She was, figured if she started bribing Santa early enough, maybe she'd get that guitar. It's not gonna happen, folks. So she came in to me this morning and said, we put out milk and cookies. I'm like, not today. We don't do that till Christmas Eve. And I know she's thinking this is gonna help her case, but it's not. I'm just like, oh my golly, please don't waste food. And she had it all propped up right next to the fireplace. She was happy. Oh, I'm telling you, it is always something. And my daughter came home the other day, and what does she bring home with her? A cat. I mean, I can't win for losing, folks. I really can't. And so we had to take him to the vet today, and she's like, okay, Mom, you're going to have to help me. She rescued him from a kill shelter. So I'm like, great. So I got the 2 front paws. She's got the back half of the cat, and we're trying to shove him in the box, and he's trying to claw the crap out of us. And I was like, well, that didn't work. So then we wrap him up in a towel, and I got his front legs in the towel, and she's got his back legs in the towel, and we get him in, and then he puts out this pitiful little meow, meow, like we killed him. It just ripped my heart out. And I'm not even a cat person. I felt so bad. I was like, he don't have to go. He can stay here. My daughter's like, Mom, he has to go. And I just felt awful. I was like, is this how we want to spend our Christmas? I think not. Torturing a poor kitty and making him go to the doctors. But you guys can see this image goes together really fast. Now, of course I sped it up, but it was, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 times. It's not, and I call her really slow. So, I mean, this is something that the average colorist could probably whip out in 10 minutes. It takes me 20 or 30, but, somebody else could do these and do a bunch of them to mass produce for Christmas. And you will see in the end here that when I trim down the piece here that I'm working on, the front panel, and you'll see in the pictures that it's not the same. Well, I decided that I didn't like it trimmed just a little bit, because I cut it down to 4 by 5.5, and that just was not a big enough border for me. So in the pictures you'll see I go back in the end and I actually trim it off more and then put it back on a new card base. So you will see that in the pictures in the end. So if you're wondering what in the world happened, that's what it was. And so I'm just putting down, I wish I had, instead of using the yellow, to be honest, I wish I had used my gold gel pen. For all the more that was on the ornament, I really think I could have used that, and my silver gel pen for the cap. But I love working with the cool gray, so that wasn't going to stop me. But I wish I had used the gold for the ornament, because I think I could have really done it and made it look neat. And now we're going to come back here. Well, I'm going to put the shadows on the hat. Now, I go over this in the end and decide I had ordered flocking. I ordered it the end of September. Well, I finally canceled the order because it was, like on the last week in November, and it still didn't come. And so I canceled the order, tell them, it never arrived. And the people were very nice. They reimbursed me my money. Here I go with my black glaze pen. You guys know I love that. And so I no sooner they give me my money back, and 2 days later the stinking flocking shows up. So I called them and they said, you know, to keep it, that it was all right because of, you know, the fact that it had taken so long not to worry about it, which I thought was very nice. And so here I'm using my white glaze pen just to put some decorations on their hat. I didn't want them to just be a Santa hat. I wanted them to be different. Now, for some reason, I think my white glaze pen is running low. I'm going to have to get my other one out because it did not go on as well for the stripes. And I have noticed that when you use the white glaze pen under reds, any other color it's fine, but under reds it tends to turn pink. And here's my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen. I love that pen. And so now my dog's coughing on its food, if that's what you hear in the background. And apparently he's got a piece of his doggy food too far back there, trying to get it up. But so I go ahead and I do the shadowing, and then I'm like, oh, I got that flocking. So I go back over what I just colored, which again would have made it a lot quicker had I just, not done the shadowing and just did the flocking. And I don't think you can really see it through the flocking. And I mean, I'm just like, see, I even go over and put my Spectrum Noir shimmer. I mean, I'm just like wasting time left and right here. But I had ordered, and I'm telling you, I've had a rough month here for ordering stuff because I ordered liquid applique. Well, they mistakenly just sent me a white paint pen. So that was very disappointing to me. And because I love the liquid applique, and that's what I would have used had I had it. And, but you'll see here, and see, here's where I'm going to come back later and I'll shorten the white piece so that there's a larger border. And then for the flocking, I have a Stampin' Up version, and here I just trim off a tiny bit. I thought I was going to use my trimmer, but for all the more that was there, I used my scissors. And I use a Stampin' Up two-way glue pen, but there's what they call Zig two-way glue pens, and you put that down, and while it's wet, you just put your flocking over it and dump it off, and it just stays real nice and pretty. And so I go ahead and I do the other ones, and now I did add some fine glitter to it to make it a little shinier. And that's it, guys. I like how it turned out, and I should have adjusted it a little more while it was wet because it did go over. But I really think it turned out cute, and I hope you guys like it. Remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.